Chord diagrams are a great way to learn to play chords on the guitar. It's a fast and easy way to get your fingers to the right spots on the fretboard, so if you're learning a song, you can use the chord diagrams to learn the chords to that song, or maybe you come up with some of your own chords and you want to write them down so you don't forget it, you can draw them into a chord diagram. Now let's take a look at the anatomy of a chord diagram. We're going to see that we have all 6 strings, so from lowest to highest or left to right, we're going to have E, A, D, G, B, and E strings. We're also going to have a couple of frets represented in the diagram. So you can see we have the 6 strings and a couple of frets. It's basically like we're punching in on a little photograph of the neck right up here. When looking at a chord diagram, you're also going to see a ton of other information. You're going to see some dots, some numbers, and some X's and some O's. So what does this all mean? Well, let's take a look at an example here. Let's look at a D chord. Now, when we take a look at this chord, we're going to see that there's 3 dots on the chord diagram. Those dots also have numbers in them. Those numbers are going to represent which finger we're going to use to play each dot. So you'll see that the first dot is number 1, that's going to be our pointer finger. The next dot is 3, which stands for our ring finger, and the next dot is 2, which stands for our middle finger. So you can essentially think of finger 1, finger 2, finger 3, and finger 4. Now we'll also notice that there's some X's and some O's going on here, right? These bottom 2 strings have an X above them. What does that mean? If you see an X, don't play that string. Don't worry about it, it's not involved in this chord. The X is essentially saying, we're not using this string. The O, on the other hand, stands for open. So we're gonna play that string as an open string. So let's put all this information together and try to play our D chord here. So we have these bottom 2 strings with X's. I'm not going to play those. I have an open D string. Now let me figure out these 3 black dots. It says number 1 here with my pointer finger. Next black dot, number 3, and the last black dot, number 2. So when I look at this chord diagram, I can now play my D chord. Chord diagrams are a really effective way to learn new chords, learn songs, or write down chords of your own.